Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. I'm laughing. I'm laughing. You can't not laugh at this freaking thing. It's impossible. Friday, December 8th, 2023, post-market report. Let's start off with this. You can't possibly in your life or anyone's freaking life make up the propaganda that they want to fist feed us double elbow deep in the gabagool. And you can't make it up. It's impossible to do here. So apparently, yeah, we're adding jobs. The economy is booming. You look, the same propaganda ministry that's telling you that just over the past, I don't know, go back as far as you want to go, are explaining to you that business activity is cratering, industrial production is falling off of a cliff, wholesale inventories are dwindling away here, business investment, all these leading indicators are pointing lower. But again, it's just this environment of fakery, deception. Look here, don't look over there. You can't make it up. I'm laughing. I'm sure you are too. Things couldn't possibly be worse for people right now. What are they doing? Not only are debt defaults, as you well know, skyrocketing across the board with nowhere else to go but much higher, they continue to borrow. People cannot make ends meet here. And what kind of jobs are they supposedly adding? The things that they just make up people. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, if you recall, I don't know, 3-4 months ago, came out specifically saying the numbers are fake. They're not real. None of it is. It's just all propaganda. Anyway, you can't listen to any of this stuff, people. It's frankly unbelievable. So totally fake news. I'm just writing some stuff there on the unemployment front. It's just out of control. Now let's talk about this market real quick. All right. We watched something significant happen today. We watched a pretty big jump here in the 10-year yield. Why is that happening? Bonds are selling off. The mechanism is very, very simple. Without, again, the Fed in here adding to their purchases moving forward, they're the ones rigging the debt market. The Federal Reserve, central banks around the world, these institutions are playing a very, very dangerous game. Only because, again, their job right now is to own it all, to buy everything, to create slaves to the system. You all know that. And then when they are ready, they're going to pull the plug on this thing, and we're going to see a meltdown in the debt market that's going to spin people's head around 5, 6, 7 times like the freaking exorcist, that's going to destroy stock markets around the world. Now, in my opinion, this is my opinion, they're not done. They're not done. They're not done. I've been telling you this for I don't know how freaking long. The illusion of the market will be maintained, meaning you can, and I covered this earlier today a little bit. There's the Federal Reserve and central banks collectively, all right, they all work together in tandem here. They are preparing for the biggest, most epic, massive, out of freaking control debt buying spree, asset purchase spree that we have ever seen in history. Right, the Bikini Truther? Thank you for that. That's where we're going here. Understand this, and you're going to be a lot better off. And what does that mean for other assets as well? Look at gold. They did to gold and silver today. They hit them pretty damn good. Silver down like 3%. Great. It's a buying opportunity. Gold. They hit gold to about over 1%. Cryptocurrency is doing well today. Big rebound. Be careful here. There's such a bullish sentiment right now with crypto. I love cryptocurrencies. You all know that. And you all know I've been telling you it's going higher and higher and higher and higher, which it is. However, when there's too many bulls, and there are way, way, way too many bulls here in the crypto space, you got to start thinking there's a top or we're close to a top. It's like this, not just with cryptocurrencies, but with every single asset class. I don't care what you want to look at. And you know, the issue with certain assets, like for example, gold, silver, precious metals in aggregate, and even cryptocurrencies, these things are held by only a fraction of the population. Wappy family, thank you. I appreciate that. And because these things are not widely held, you can expect pretty significant swings in the price action of this kind of stuff. Don't let it rattle you. When you see silver fall 3% or whatever it might be, it just I know it's not you. You understand that, again, realizing what we are about to see, and I cannot stress this enough to you. Legacy tier, thank you. Yeah, there are too many bulls, and whenever there's too many bulls on any side of any trade, or bears on any side of any trade of any asset, you got to start thinking the opposite. You got to start saying, "Hold on a minute here. What's going?" The crowd is invariably wrong. It's the truth. So if you keep this in mind, it'll allow you to navigate this thing that we are in to the best of our ability. But again, none of it's real. There's no price action, no real price discovery today behind anything. I've told you this over and over and over and over again for I don't know how many freaking years. When you have this situation is the most unique we have ever seen, ever before in history since the last meltdown, when the central banks got in here, started buying it all. It's all about easy money, and this situation has created distortions. And again, I've told you this a gazillion times that are so astronomically out of control. Um, it nothing matters anymore. In the we have a stock market today that is so grossly and insanely overvalued based upon what central banks have done to the global debt issue. And this thing is going to get monumentally worse. And this is central banks buying it all. They have the power to buy anything. You do realize, maybe if you're new here, you don't realize this. The Federal Reserve has zero oversight. The Federal Reserve can fund anything, any cause. They can fund terrorism. You have no say-so in it. As a matter of fact, you can't even know about it. There's no government oversight whatsoever as to what the Federal Reserve in this case or any central bank can do. They are absolute sovereign entities, and they are working diligently together to fulfill their goal to be the lenders and buyers of last freaking resort. It's not going to stop. And that means that you and I are presented with opportunity upside down, backwards, and freaking sideways, and whatever other freaking direction you want to look in. This thing that we are in is going to get much more distorted. And I think next year is going to be the pinnacle year that we've seen yet moving forward, with central banks propping this up, maintaining the illusion of the market, creating much more insane distortions that across the spectrum of asset classes yet again. Look, I'm getting all bent out of shape. Can't freaking talk. But that's what we are in for. And inflation is not going to stop either. You're going to hear about the fight. The Federal Reserve has been lying to us, along with central banks, the European Central Bank, these two institutions more so than anybody else. The Bank of England, too, throw them in there as well. These institutions here, collectively, these are the biggest, most unbelievably out of control criminal organizations that the world has ever seen. And again, with no oversight at all, we have to serve these masters here, and it's frankly out of control, and we are all suffering. And I mean, where is the uproar by our so-called politicians, by anyone running for president? Have you heard any of this stuff? No, because again, they got to keep you distracted. They got to talk about nonsensical things, and half of them, 90% of it is going to happen anyway. All right. And not one of these people is on your side. I don't care what, if they were, they'd be out there on the campaign trail telling you these kinds of things that I'm telling you right now, or taking action to stop what's happening here. But they're not going to. It's a slave system designed to create more slaves and more dependency on it, because we are moving towards a tokenized system. You know that. People, that's where we're going here. All right. You want to talk about liberties and freedoms that are going to be stolen from you, like you have no idea. You see, people today, that's what they want. You know this. They want to be taken care of from their first breath to their last. They don't want to take care of themselves. They'd be willing to live in a shotgun shack just so someone could take care of them. You can't make this stuff up. There's no freaking competitive edge anymore. And that's what gives you and I an edge here, understanding what we need to do. Tokenstein, Goldstein, that's a good one. I tell you, man, people, it's crazy. Exactly. They're like children. People have Billy Box here. Look what he writes. They're like freaking children who live in the moment. They don't think about the future or their past or anything else. Like a dog, like an animal. They've turned people into subhuman entities. It's really what they've done. You can't think. You can't speak. Okay, there's no such thing as free speech anymore. Everything we say, we got to be careful. We can't offend these people. We can't offend these people. You know what I say? Read between the freaking lines. That's what I have to say. Okay, freaking me. You know how many times I've upset people and they just can't handle what I say? I don't give a damn. What do I tell them to do? Go away. I don't need you here. We collectively don't need those freaking things here. I think most of you would agree. People can't handle the truth. They can't handle it. You tell people the truth, you become public enemy number one. They hate your freaking guts because you know why? Because they've been lied to from the moment they've taken their first breath throughout their whole life. And everyone gets a trophy now. I tell you, man, it is so grossly out of control. Anyway, people, look, what this does for you and I, again, this channel is for people who can see opportunity. And as I always tell you, we're never going to be right about everything. And we don't need to be right about everything. We need to be right about most thing, and we clearly are. If we can take in the big picture, and that's what we all do here, all right? I don't really focus on the minutiae things. I look at the bigger picture globally. I look at what's going on, and then I listen to obviously the propaganda, the lies, the deception, the distractions, and all the stuff that you and I cover every freaking day. And it makes my blood boil. I mean, blood freaking boil. And I think I would have to say that most of you would agree with that too. But again, this gives us such an edge here, people. Do you think they're going to stop inflating anytime soon? So what does that mean? You got to be on the opposite side of that trade. And that's what I've been telling you forever. Gold, silver more specifically, platinum, palladium. I love that too. With regard to other assets, people, look, we got this covered. I don't care what they do. I'm long this market. I'm looking to get longer this market, period, the end, because I sincerely believe next year, especially moving closer into the presidential selection, thank you, Jeffrey, the market is going to be propped up. And they're going to play this thing up like today, this unemployment number. Watch the freak. Mummy, man. He's a mummy. It's not even human. Okay, the thing sitting behind the Resolute desk right now. Right, Jeffrey? You know that. They got to lie to you. They got to tell you there's no inflation. We're doing fantastic. But again, you will not hear about leading indicators, wholesale inventories, big one. Business investment, huge. All of these things falling off of a cliff. Do you hear these kinds of things in the mainstream media? Those of you that have the displeasure that listen to that, probably not, because you're not allowed to know about it. What's the difference between, I don't know, some third world controlled communist fascist, I have no idea kind of society, and then what we have here? None. No difference. And it ain't going to make any difference whoever they decide to put behind the Resolute desk at all. It ain't going to help you at all. You may have the illusion that things are better because you may get the next guy in there. I am certain of this. He's also going to work for the Federal Reserve and call for negative rates and a weaker dollar. And of course, the market's going to love that as the wealth gets pushed right up to the 1-2% and sucked right out of everybody else. Sound familiar to you? It should. I tell you, people, man, it's absolutely insane. Guitars and race cars. I love it, man. 69 Strat. Pretty awesome stuff. Anyway, that's pretty much it, man. Let me just make sure I got everything. You know, I tell you, sometimes I forget to cover things. I get really bent out of shape. Sometimes you all know that. But if this stuff doesn't get to you, the lies, the deceptions, the distractions, then I don't know what can. It just aggravates me like you can't even believe. What's my favorite band? Wow, man. Look, I'm old, so whatever I tell you, it's gotta be from the old days here, man. I don't know a single modern artist. That's really the truth, and I don't pay any attention to it anymore. Van Halen's right up there, man. Old school. I didn't like Van Halen when Hagar kind of joined the band. I don't know why. But Led Zeppelin, probably, if I had to pick my favorite rock band of all time, I would probably say Led Zeppelin. Killer band, man. Love that stuff. Still listen to it. But I listen to a lot of the 80s stuff too. You know, I grew up in that time. Hair metal and stuff like The Doors. Oh, another great band, man. Absolutely. Metallica, another great band. Anyway, people, before we go, AC/DC, another one. Wow. The Who, another great one. Wow. LA Guns. Yeah. Anyway, um, anything specific? Iron Maiden. There you go. Look, you guys are all on the same page as me. I wouldn't say George Michael. Okay, no, definitely not one of my. I have nothing against the guy. I think he did some good work, but I wouldn't say that George Michael is anywhere near my top pick for like favorite anything. Anyway, I know that was probably just a joke, right, Lava? She's laughing. She's laughing. Skid Row, they had some good stuff going on there too. Yeah. Three Dog Night. Yeah. Easy to Be Hard. Great song. Check that out, people. Listen to Easy to Be Hard by Three Dog Night. Great song. Boy George. Oh, not one of my favorites. Sorry. Nah, good songs too. Culture Club, good stuff here, people. But can't say that I really would have Boy George on my top anywhere near my top anything here. Rush would probably be up there. The Stones. Anyway, people. UFO. There's one here. Oh yeah, Lights Out in London. Man, you guys are amazing. Deep Purple. Whoa. Now we're talking stuff here. Queen had some good stuff. I wouldn't say they were up there with my favorite stuff. All right, look, people, we're getting carried away here. This is supposed to be about the markets and stuff like that. Anyway, anything specific market related? Look, let them play their games with silver. And a lot of you are writing today, Greg, look what they did to silver today. Good. Let them play those games. I can't. Again, look, until someone can prove to me that I am wrong. Realizing the current situation that we are in, understanding that central banks are going to flood the world with their product, and then they're taking down the current system as they create dependency, flooding the world with their product, buying it all, and then when they're done, they're going to switch over to this new tokenized digital system where everything is going to be tokenized. They're going to turn the world into a derivative world. There already is. I mean, the amount of side bets, and the derivative is nothing but a side bet on something else. A derivative is a side bet on an underlying asset, and there are layers and layers and layers and layers of derivatives. There are more derivative bets on things than anything else, and that is where they're going with this whole system here. And the interesting thing is the token itself is going to be a derivative because the token itself will represent something else. It drives me nuts, people, but this is where we're going. And we can't stop it. Tiffany? No, Joe. Whoa. Anyway, yeah, derivatives. And that's the truth, too. You know that there are derivatives of derivatives of derivatives. I mean, this thing goes on and on and on and on and on. It's a monster, in my view. Anyway, people, look, I think we're pretty much done today. Look, I want to hear from you. Does this stuff that we cover, other than making your head explode, and when I heard these numbers today, just going back to these this unemployment nonsense today, the bacon from hell, awesome, thank you. Does it get to you as much as it gets to me? I'm telling you, it makes me flip out. I'm gonna end up sometime. I'm telling you, I'm gonna end up in a loony bin. And I hope some of you will come and freaking visit me in the nut house, because that's where I'm going to end up. This is the truth. All right, people, look, anyway, this guy here loves you from the heart, and I mean that with all I got. And being that it's Friday, we're going to do what we always do, all right? You ready? Bring it in. No one's looking, and if they are, who gives a damn? Love each other, care about each other, be charitable. Enjoy your weekend. I will see you on Sunday for my markets look ahead, which I am keeping going because all of you, I wouldn't say all of you, but a large majority of you wanted me to keep that going. I was going to end it, but it seems like, no, Greg, don't do it. I will keep it going. If it helps you guys and girls, I'm all for it. I'll definitely keep that going over there. That's it, people. All right. What else? I think that's it. All right. See you Sunday. Please take care of each other. And that's it. See ya.